Hello, hello. Welcome to episode of Mizu and Midori podcast. I am Matt
Hello.
Nightwolf. This is my partner, Sad Wolf.
Mhm. Hello.
One more time. Hello. Anyway, this is part two of the
Two.
Disney podcast. We're going to be focusing on the Silver Era, starting with Cinderella, dressed in yellow. Cinderella dressed in yellow. When
So, this was after the war. Um, and this was a time when Disney was actually struggling.
war.
They, the World War II took a toll on them. They were doing propaganda films, but they weren't making any money because they couldn't make any films. They did package films like Make My Music and all the other ones.
Yep.
And so, in around 1946, uh, they pulled back down some of like the ideas that they had in the 30s. They thought about Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Peter Pan, but Peter Pan, the J.M. Barrie, the writer of the book, gave the rights to the book to the Children's Hospital in London. I forgot which children's hospital it was, but it was a famous story about that. He gave the rights to the book to this children's hospital in London, and Walt Disney eventually got them in, I think, like the late 40s. But anyways, he wanted to do a film about Cinderella, the based on the 1697 Charles Perrault French version, not the Grimm version, because people like to be like, "Oh, they based it on the Grimm version." No, they didn't. They based it on the French version,
E.
not the German one, because the Brothers Grimm got collections of like fairy tales from like France and Italy and made them made their own version of it for Germany, like German audiences.
Ye.
So yes, no, it's not based on the Grimm version. It's based on the Perrault version from 1697, which is the French version. But
Français.
it came out in 1950. It was a hit. They had wonderful songs, wonderful everything.
Yeah, and it's not really a musical either. Unless you count
But I would say it's a
Cinderella,
musical.
Cinderella. Cinderella, Cinderella.
Um, song "Bibbidi Bobbidi Bibbidi Bobbidi
Bibbidi
Boo."
boppity boop.
I think it got an award at the I think the Oscars in I
The
think
Academy
1951.
Awards. Yeah.
Um, that happened a lot. Disney songs get a lot of Academy Awards. Uh, it was one of the biggest films of 1950. People said critics said it was as good as Snow White,
Ooh.
and yeah, I love the movie. I love the design of it. Walt hired Mary Blair, who was a concept artist for Disney. She like did like concept designs of like Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Sleeping Beauty. She also helped with the designs of the Walt Disney attraction It's a Small World.
Yee.
And so yeah, so that leads us now to
Let's
well,
talk about
hold on, yeah.
Lady Tremaine real quick. She's an important actress. She did a lot of Disney films.
Yes.
Yes.
She voiced Maleficent in 1959 Sleeping Beauty.
Yep. She
And she was
was
also Madame Leota.
in the Haunted Mansion. Yes. I just thought of a little Easter egg there for y'all. I just wanted to mention it real quick before we moved on. Okay. Next movie.
Um, but we can still talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I want to start talking about. I don't. I want to. 'Cause in our later or earlier episode, the Golden Age, I feel like I kind of glossed over a little bit, but when we get into the more like modern Disney films, especially during the Renaissance, we are going to delve deeper more into them. We didn't really with the Golden Era because I feel like everyone has seen Snow White. They've seen Pinocchio. Well, I mean, lots of older
Pinocchio's.
people. I don't because younger people grew up on the Renaissance stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah. So Cinderella, I think it's a wonderful film.
Cinderella, Cinderella,
I just love the songs,
dressed
the
in yellow.
character designs, the story. It's just wonderful. I think my favorite part is when she's singing that song while she's washing the floor. And oh, that was one of my favorite parts because I thought that part was so funny. It was like Anastasia and Gisela or whatever her name is. They
Yeah.
were singing up in the parlor room, and Anastasia was playing a flute. And I remember um my mom and I used to watch Little House on the Prairie, and there's an episode where one of the girls is she kind of had like the same pearls as Anastasia and was playing the flute. It sounded the exact same, and I turned to my mom. I was like, "This reminds you of that part of Cinderella where Anastasia's playing the flute."
Cinderella, Cinderella. Yeah.
Or they're like, "Sing sweet night," and like they sound terrible.
Yeah, they did.
And then my favorite part was me and Matt's favorite part was when they start fighting and Lady Tremaine's like, "Girls, most of all, it's important for a woman to have self control." And then Cinderella knocks on the door. She slams the piano. She's like, "Yes." But, yeah. So moving on was another important. This has another important person, Disney person in it. Alice in Wonderland came out in 1951.
Alice in Wonderland.
um Based on the Lewis Carroll uh I think novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Alice was a real person. Her real name was Alice Liddell.
Yeah.
And Lewis Carroll, like Jay and Barry with I forgot what family it was, but it's basically the same. He was friends with this family, and basically Alice is based off of this little girl he knew called Alice Liddell.
Yeah.
um
She actually has a grave marker, if I'm not mistaken.
I think she does. And I think she actually met Walt Disney, I believe, in the 20s or I think 30s before her passing.
Ooh.
I don't know for sure, but I wanted to move on to the one of the important Disney people. Alice was voiced by Kathy Beaumont, who was I believe 13 at the time, and she also voiced Wendy in Peter Pan,
Ooh.
which they were only like 2 years apart from each other. So I think she did both Alice and Peter Pan at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And she also was the Disney kind of returned to rotoscoping during this era,
Yeah.
and she was basically Alice and Wendy's model in Peter Pan. There's clips of her and Bobby Driscoll dressed as Wendy and Peter Pan.
Heck yeah.
Because I noticed it too, because if you see pictures of Bobby Driscoll and then you see pictures of Peter Pan, they did design Peter Pan's face off of Bobby Driscoll's face.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it looks exactly like him. But it's I love Alice in Wonderland. It's a fun film.
It
Um,
is.
it's a very I heard that this actually flopped in 1951. It didn't do good. People thought it was too silly. It was too, and I was just like, I I feel like this version was way more tame than like the actual like the novel.
Happy, happy unbirthday to you, to me, to you,
Yeah,
yes
it's
you.
like I can't I mean, I can't think of anything else when I think of Alice in Wonderland. I feel like anybody who thinks of Alice in Wonderland, they're gonna think of the Disney version.
The Mad Tea Party. Yeah, that's
Like
true.
they're gonna think of the animated Disney version. Not gonna think of the
The live
Tim
action.
Burton live action. I think those are terrible. I'm sorry.
No offense taken.
They look ugly. It's
Anyways,
just I hate how they made it like they made it like edgy and like dark and stuff like that. Like I don't like the animated one was like all fun and whimsy and stuff, and then it was like Tim Burton made it like this like it was in the novel. It's like this somber like Victorian style like just Tim Burton film. I'm just like you.
yeah, I get you.
I'm just like I don't want that. I want the fun color like technicolor whimsical Alice dancing with a bunch of dancing teacups and stuff like that.
Yes, yes.
Another person I forgot the name of the man who voices the Cheshire Cat.
Oh goodness, I gotta look up my notes to find
You
out.
want to check your notes?
Yes, I want to. And he did a lot of voice acting.
He did Kaa in the Jungle Book, the snake in the Jungle Book.
Let's see. Sterling Holloway.
I
He
think he
was
also voiced Winnie the Pooh.
he was Winnie the Pooh. He was also in the Aristocats. He was Dumbo, the delivery stork in Dumbo, and Kaa in the Jungle Book.
We also thought um this goes back to the monkeys, but we thought
The
in one of the
Monkeys.
episodes I could have sworn I heard his voice in that one dude who came to their door.
That was him. Yes,
Oh, he was in an episode of the monkeys.
yes, he was.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He also
So yeah, everything,
he made an appearance in
everything.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, he made an appearance in the Annie Griffith episode too.
But yeah, everything revolves. Everything like Disney or like Hollywood related all goes back either to the Beatles or the monkeys. Because
Mm.
we'll I'll save it later. Actually, no, because well, since I'm talking about it now, uh, the Jungle Book they were originally the Vultures, and that were supposed to be the Beatles.
Yeah,
But we'll
they couldn't get
we'll
the Beatles.
delve later into that story later because it's a really funny story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so moving on to Peter Pan came out in 1953. It did better than Alice in Wonderland, but it's still kind of the audiences were kind of like men in the 50s, which it's kind of shocking to believe that because it's just like you see all these films just like how did this flop? And it's because it's like even though like Disney was like one of the first people to do like full length animated films, it was like once they did it, there was some other companies that started doing it too, and by like the 50s, like there's already some people doing that.
Oh yeah.
And
Um.
also the 50s, the early 50s, especially the live action films in the early 50s, this is like the post-war period, so like they had big films and like it was like I can go see this like big either romance comedy or drama or see this little children's Disney film.
Yep.
And so Peter Pan, like I said, Kathy Beaumont makes a return. I also forgot to mention that Kathy Beaumont also voiced Kyrie's grandmother in the video game Kingdom Hearts. She did voices. She also did the voices for Return to the Voices of Alice and Wendy for the Kingdom Hearts games.
Nice.
And she is considered a Disney legend, and she's gotten awards by the Walt Disney Company for her work throughout the years.
There's a. It's very cool.
But
There's a very interesting theory that in 1991, Steven Spielberg directed Hook, featuring Robin Williams as Peter Pan. And a lot of people like to associate that as like technically a sequel to the 51 version.
um, No,
And
because Disney released an actual sequel in 2002.
I know that, and but people want to consider the Hook as the actual sequel. But the problem was is that there weren't really any rights. I don't think he could have. I don't think he secured the rights to Peter Pan that one, but he wanted to make a sequel to it, or at least a live
I
action
feel.
Peter Pan.
Go ahead.
He wanted to do a live action Peter Pan, and originally he wanted Michael Jackson. But when
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, but because Michael
Unfortunately, I think that was during his those allegations. I believe that
hmm
which was an unfortunate time.
yeah, so he was kind of pissed at Steven Spielberg for casting Robin Williams instead. Um,
Yeah, because
they were in the
it was like
talks.
Hollywood was they had a stigma against him.
hmm Anyways, back to the 51 Peter Pan or
53.
53.
Um. So yeah, I said Kathy Beaumont, Bobby Driscoll. Like I said, he was his first Disney film role was unfortunately in Song of the South, which was that's a terrible first debut. But um he's iconic for his voice of Peter Pan. He did it when he was 15, and he was Peter Pan's model, like character design. Like he helped with the character design. Not like his they dressed him up as a Peter Pan, and he did all like some of the scenes walking around and stuff like that, and the animators would like draw him,
Yep.
would draw Peter Pan. Um, I love this. I love this film. I love the Edwardian setting because Alice in Wonderland has like a Victorian like English setting. This one is uh I think early Edwardian era because I think the Peter Pan story takes place I'm gonna say 1904 because there is that like 2003 live action that says the story takes place in 1904, and that's when like the novel came out. The I think it's called Peter and Wendy,
Yeah.
which was by J.M. Barrie. Um, and yeah, J.M. Barrie did give. I have it in my notes because I talked about it. I think last episode he gave rights to this hospital in London in the 30s or no, not in the 30s, like the I think the 1920s or 1910s. He gave the rights to Peter Pan to a children's hospital in London.
Yeah.
Let me see my notes real quick. If you wanted to talk about what you like about this film while I do that.
Of course. um, it does have. I can't say anything. I don't know. Haven't seen it in a while. Oh, I do say that one of my favorite villains is Captain Hook, and I always love Smee. Um,
Oh, um, Smee was voiced by I forgot the guy's name. He also voiced the White Rabbit.
yep. No time to say hello goodbye. I'm late. I'm late. Late. Oh yeah.
I looked it up
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't find it in my notes. I think I didn't write it down. Danbury gave the rights to Peter Pan to the Great Ormond Street Hospital in 1929. Walt Disney acquired the rights to use the book's characters and basically the rights to the book in 1939, but didn't make the film due to World War II
Oh
and
yeah.
waited until after the war to make it and released it in 1953.
Yep. And fun fact, isn't Link from Legend of Zelda designed after Peter Pan?
There is this is another thing. So in the 1990s when Nintendo was working on Ocarina of Time, I think it was I saw a video on it I think they said Shigeru Miyamoto and a couple other Nintendo workers um got like inspired by Peter Pan, not the Jay and Barry version. It was the Walt Disney version, I believe.
Mm.
But it's basically the same thing because the Disney version is based off of the one by Jay and Barry. The Kokiri Forest, I think it's called Village. Um, People say it was based off of Neverland because the kids don't age and they don't die.
Yeah.
And Peter Link's green tunic and the fairies in the game, like especially Navi, was based off of Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Those are people's theories.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's basically it. With like design and stuff, like the main story isn't inspired by Peter Pan. Like I said, I think that uh but yeah, we'll get into Ocarina of Time like when we discuss like Nintendo game.
We'll discuss, like, we'll probably have like an episode basically on The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Um.
Um
Anyways,
Again with what we discuss about like uh Fantasia and Dumbo, there is the unfortunate part in Peter Pan with after he saves the Princess Tiger Lily. There is that part where they have that song and the very racist caricature and stereotypical stereotypes of Native Americans.
yep. What makes a red
But
man red?
yeah, just very, very just like weird and like it's just why did they put that in the film?
I think in some releases they remove that sequence, but I'm not sure.
I think they did on the Disney Plus version. I think in the Disney Plus version, it just goes to the part after like they come back and they're in like the little like under the little like tree thing where the Lost Boys live.
Yeah, I think it's a whole
Um,
segment missing.
but yeah,
It didn't really drive the story. All it did was like really it was just about uh Wendy getting
Peter Pan,
Wendy and Wendy getting jealous
Peter.
of Peter Pan. That's what it's about, basically.
I love. I'll talk about. I think my favorite part.
Tiger
Well,
Lily.
one of my favorite parts of the film was when the Mr. Darling falls over and everyone is just like, "Oh no," and he's like relieved because like he thinks that everyone's worried about him, and they all rush to Nana.
Poor
I'm just
Nana.
like, "Oh, poor Nana," and then the Mr. Darling's like, "All right, she's going out,"
Poor Nana.
like, and yeah, but not poor father.
But not poor father.
I also heard, my dad told me this too. I think Walt Disney their mustaches and kind of facial feature, Mr. Darling and Captain Hook kind of have the same thing because in the Peter Pan play, the play that they did during like the J.M. Barrie I think worked on because there was an actual play for Peter Pan during the 1900s and 1910s, I believe.
Yeah.
Um the fathers the Mr. Darling and Captain Hook, they their faces like the I think there was something that said like their mustaches and stuff look similar because it was basically the parents were seen as kind of like the villains because they're basically kind of like ignoring like the children's like imagination and just saying like Peter Pan's just a bunch of poppycock, what the dad says in the film and in the play.
Poppycock.
um and an interesting thing is that, and I think stage plays, I think it's either the left, I think it's the right side, like the protagonists and like the heroes of the story enter on the right side and the villains enter on the left. And in all the Peter Pan plays, the parents, the darling parents, enter on the left.
Interesting. Um,
Basically because but they're not really villains. It's just like it's like every parent, like they know that kids have imaginations, but like there's some parents that are just like, oh, you need to grow up.
Yeah. Fun
And
fact.
that was a that was another message in the Disney film. It's like just have an imagination and don't be afraid of growing up.
Yeah, the fun fact that the actor who voiced Captain Hook. Let's see. Let me look at my notes. Um, Hans Conrad. He did the voice of Captain Hook, but he was also the voice of George Darlin.
Oh yeah, I also I think yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Conrad.
I think that even the play and like the plays, they would have Mr. Darling and Captain Hook be played by the same actor,
Yeah, that's what I.
symbolizing that like the father was basically like kind of like the villain of the story, but kind of not because when when all the children come home and Wendy was like, oh, we went to Neverland and Peter was the most wonderful thing ever, and it shows Mr. Darling leave the room and the Mary Darling, which is his wife, she's like, George dear. And he's like, what, Mary? I'm gonna be, and then he like sees the ship and he's like, I've seen that before once when I was very young.
Yeah, which hints that Mr. Darlin might actually be Captain Hook.
Or that he once was taken to Neverland by Peter.
Mm-hmm. And just grew up.
And that's how the movie ends, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a sequel that I'll kind of gloss over during the experimental era because that's when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Matt hasn't seen it.
Nope.
Which I'll basically have to
Make me.
tell about it when the time comes. But anyways, um, the next movie is Lady and the Tramp, which came out in
Ooh,
1955.
good one.
A very good
The
one.
the famous spaghetti
Um,
kiss.
Pardon?
The famous spaghetti kiss.
Oh yes, yes, that was used in a lot of they reference that a lot in other like Disney and other media throughout the years, the famous spaghetti kiss.
Mm-hmm.
This one is it kind of reminds me of Peter Pan because it's set during like the same like time period, like 1900s, 1910s.
The remake was set in New
Like,
Orleans.
oh yeah, well I've only seen like the animated ones.
Fair.
It's just like the setting is I believe the setting is just like pre like World War One,
Yeah,
nineteen
I
hundreds.
think it is.
Yeah, but
Oh, the racial stereotype in this one too. The Siamese cats.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's a
We are Siamese. Can you, if you please?
stereotypical
Yeah.
South Asian stereotype,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. Um I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I do remember lots of the parts. This lady, the main character, just she her owners are wonderful to her, and the owners I think have a baby, have a child, and they leave for I think like a week or something,
Yep.
and she's taken care of by the nanny or the like nanny or something.
I believe so.
Yeah, I didn't like her at all because she was like mean. I always thought she was mean, and like I hated the part when like uh what's that? Is his name Tramp?
Yeah, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, okay. I was trying.
That's his
I was
name.
like, I was. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for asking that. I was just like, yeah. I hope you don't have to remind me like later. I was like, is his name Stitch?
No.
No, I was talking about when we talk about Lilo and Stitch. Is his name Stitch?
Mm-hmm. His name's Stitch. Anyways,
That's not a name in Iceland,
in
but here's a good
Iceland.
name.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, where Tramp is like fighting that rat, and
Oh
she
yeah.
thinks like it was attacking the baby or whatever, and they come home and they're just like, we think like the dog attacked the baby or something. They're like, what's going on? And then they're like, oh, he wasn't a baby. Oh my gosh, there's a rat.
Mm-hmm. I was getting close to the
And
crib.
yeah, it was yeah, basically. And but yeah, it's a nice film, a nice it's a nice film.
Yeah. Fun fact about the Siamese cats. There was one voice actress that did both of them. What she did to get the effect of two people, they just recorded her singing the song twice, and they were voiced by Peggy Lee, very popular actress at the time. Yeah, so they just recorded her voice twice singing that song.
Peggy Lee, the an actress, or because is it like was is it the singer or
Okay, legendary jazz and pop singer Peggy Lee,
oh it was the Peggy Lee.
the Peggy Lee. Yes.
Oh wow. This must have been when she was really, really young.
Yeah, it was.
Um, so do we have anything else to talk? Oh, um, some of the dogs in this film did make cameos in 101
They
Dalmatians,
did. Yes.
in 1961, which was like a couple years later. Um, so we'll go to the next big one. Um, Well, big one in like the legendary status because I heard that this one unfortunately flopped as well, which is shocking to me. Uh, Sleeping Beauty, in 1959.
Sleeping
Um,
Beauty.
this I've noticed in Disney films that the animation style it like changes with the times, like in the 30s, like with Snow White. If you notice all like the cartoons during that time, they kind of had like the same like round edges and like the cute little like expressions and stuff like that. And when you get into like the late 50s, it's more of like these sharp edges and like this kind of like abstract, more like abstract designs.
Yeah. Let's see.
And
Let's see. The Sleeping Beauty background lead was Ivid Earl. Ivid Earl. He's the one that created that unique style for Sleeping Beauty.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Evid or Ivid. I'm not sure. It's got EY vid. But yeah, so he's the background artist behind Sleeping Beauty.
Well, I was talking about like all like the background and character designs in general. It's like the animation style like with Disney and other like animation Western animation at the time kind of changed because this is when like art styles um like the 50s when uh Hanna-Barbera was releasing stuff, their
Mm-hmm.
early stuff. I think Tom and Jerry at this time got a redesign.
Yeah, because they were transitioning from theater to TV at this time.
Yeah, and that's what I said. It was like all these shows had this like abstract like exaggerated art styles and stuff, and Sleeping Beauty kind of had
Mm-hmm.
that art style incorporated because all these companies were like changing like the art forms and art styles and stuff. But yes, a beautiful film, gorgeous film. There
Mm-hmm.
is people that return to voice I forgot the name of the woman who voices the wicked stepmother in Maleficent.
Let's look her up. Hmm. Um, Eleanor Audley. Eleanor Audley.
Yes, she voiced she voiced the stepmother and Maleficent.
And
Uh, sh- um, the
and
voice of Flora was the voice actress. I think also voiced the fairy godmother in Cinderella 9 years
mm-hmm.
or
Yep.
um. But like I said, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous film, gorgeous animation. The that part when basically Maleficent knows that it's time, and it's just like it shows Aurora just like slowly like rise up and just like not say a word and just like step upstairs towards like the spindle. I used to get chills from that scene. I heard that lots of children were kind of creeped out by that scene. Not like scared, but it was kind of like this eerie, like just foreboding scene
Yeah.
of her just slowly walking up the steps, just not saying a word.
Yeah, it's like I think the reason why this movie didn't do so good is because of the slow pacing. I mean, it took forever for her to fall asleep, and then, well, by the time she is asleep, it's only like for like 10, 15 minutes.
It's still a wonderful film. It's just like it's basically how like the stories went. Like I think there's lots of tellings of or stories that were that inspired the Sleeping Beauty story. I think this one was both based off of the I think there was the French version, and I think more of it was based off of the I believe the ballet
Yeah.
by I think I hope I'm right. I think Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky. Yeah.
Because there was a Sleeping Beauty ballet, and I heard many people say that the 1959 Sleeping Beauty, why it's so like slow pace, is because yes, it was in part based off of the ballet.
The ballet.
And the songs in the film kind of had that like ballet like orchestra type
Yeah.
songs to them.
I could definitely hear that.
um
Yeah.
I don't mind that it's slow paced. I think it's a gorgeous film. Disney did wonderful on it. Uh so moving on to 19, so unless you have anything you want to say about this film.
Sleeping Beauty Castle was built in
Yes.
Disneyland. The thing is,
So
go ahead.
sorry, I because we're both history nerds. um Walt Disney, I think, took a trip to either I think he took a trip to Germany. This was after in the 50s,
When he was
the
assigned
early
to Disneyland.
50s.
Yeah.
He went to I forgot the name of the castle. I don't want to pronounce it to I don't want to mispronounce it because I don't want to mispronounce German to anyone who may listen to this podcast who knows or speaks German.
Let me Nauschwitz Nas Chua something.
I think it's called Neuschwanstein
Neuschwanstein, yes, castle.
Castle, and actually it was constructed in the mid 1800s.
Ye. Fairly
It
new
wasn't
castle.
because many people thought that it was just constructed during like the medieval era, but no, it was
It's very modern.
like what we talked about with Hunchback of Notre Dame when that novel came out. There's like this revival of like Gothic architecture in the 1800s, and that was a true thing in Europe. In the
Yeah.
mid to late 1800s, there was throughout the 1800s there was like this revival of Gothic architecture throughout Europe, and Neuschwanstein was I think one of those instances. And Walt Disney took a trip I think there and saw it, and I think he or someone else uh, drew pictures of like concept designs of what will become Sleeping Beauty Castle outside Disneyland, which opened in 1955
Yeah.
in Anaheim, California.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to 101 Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians, where it was Xeroxed. No kidding. I mean, how you gonna
Um,
draw 101 Dalmatians? You're gonna Xerox it.
this was, I think, since Bambi, this was another instance where Disney had like live animals that they drew. They had like Dalmatian puppies and Dalmatians come in, and the animators drew them.
Yep.
This is a big Disney film because it introduces us to another Disney villain, Cruella de Vil,
Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil.
and just she's just this crazy evil fashion designer woman that wants to make a coat out of puppies for some
Yep.
sick reason.
It's not really explained. She just wanted to do it.
There is no explanation why she wants to do it, and that's the most horrific thing.
Yeah, the live action kind of covered the reason, but
I
the
love.
they
I feel like.
the animation didn't. The animated version didn't really cover it. She just
Are
wanted
you
to do
talking
it.
about the '90s 101 Dalmatian remake? Or
Yes,
are you talking about like Cruella?
the remake in the '90s
Okay,
with
Glenn
Glenn
Close.
Close. Yes, that one.
I love that film.
That one's a good one
It's a good one. Yeah,
with
maybe
Jeff
if Disney did their
Daniels.
live action in like the '90s or something, it would have been better.
Yeah,
I will say though, like um, I did enjoy Little Mermaid. I enjoyed Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. Those ones like live actions. But um, like I said, there was some cameos of the dogs that were in Lady and the Tramp in some of the scenes,
yeah.
and
The background scenes when they
again,
were barking. Yep.
yeah, again, there was a part that scared me, which was the part when I think it's like near the end where like all the puppies are in the car, like the whole puppy family are in the car in that like car, and then like Cruella's just like madly driving
Yeah, and her
uh
eyes changed
on
color,
that
turned
road. It
red,
shows
and
her face, and her eyes are like all like
the
just
car starts
weirded out, like
exploding because she's driving it crazy too.
yeah.
Literally
And it
driving it
just like
crazy.
scared me because I just saw this like just crazy fashion lady just madly driving, wanted to kill a bunch of puppies.
I was like, seriously, she's gone nuts over puppies.
I was like, she's driving like one of the people in like Speed Racer, like the '60s
Oh,
anime.
jeez.
He's going off that cliff.
Goodness, that's one I haven't seen in a while. We need to watch it
Didn't she
sometime.
fall off a cliff at the end? Didn't she like die or
No,
something?
no, she didn't die. She careens her car off the side of the road and hits a tree,
And
and
then
uh,
she's like blaming her
and she's blaming the
henchman.
henchman. Yeah,
For some reason, I thought like I think it's because I got it mixed up.
you might have got mixed up with
Oh
something
my god.
else.
Probably got it mixed up with Speed Racer because like it just every 5 minutes of that show it just showed like a bunch of cars just crash and burn for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I love '60s anime so much. It's so funny. We need to watch Speed Racer one day.
The good one, not the 2005 garbage.
I know. I'm talking about the '60s one because the '60s one is so funny.
Yeah, it is. It's a classic.
Doc sent me before we So my friend sent me
Oh.
part of part of the episode where it's like this kid crying on the ground. He's like, "Stop crying! It won't do any good. Besides, we have lots of work to do, starting right now." Oh my gosh! But anyways, enough about Speed Racer.
Yeah, next one, if there's a next one.
There is a next one, Sword in the Stone.
Ah, that's a good one. I like that
Came
one.
out in 1963. Um, yes, I love this one too. It's a very fun film. I told uh Matt uh Mad Madam Mim that
Mad
scene where she's
Madam Mim.
singing that part used to make me laugh as a kid because she's this funny witch character,
Mad,
and
mad, mad,
it's
mad, mad,
she's
Madam
just
Mim.
really funny, really just this fun.
I hate sunshine. I hate sunshine.
I
I
hate
hate sunshine.
sunshine. I love that. It's just love it. I grew up with that movie. It's just fun. It was a year before Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
Came out in 63. Mary Poppins came out in 64.
we
We
need to.
did
Yeah, we
me and
need
Matt did
to.
watch both Mary Poppins and Saving Mr.
Yeah,
Banks,
we need
which was
to
about the
an episode on both those movies and its sequel.
we should watch not all, like we should watch all like the famous Disney live action films throughout the
Yeah,
years.
so we can talk about them too.
Yeah,
Um,
because there's a lot, surprisingly, because
mhm.
the cartoons, the Disney Channel, and all those other films they made throughout like the 70s and 80s were like the only thing holding them up before Little Mermaid.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Because like in the 70s, that was the only thing that was going for them. Because like all their animated films were like doing pretty terrible,
Yeah.
and they're just like, let's make another Kurt Russell remake of something.
Yeah.
Let's let's make him have like red shoes, and like he runs really fast
Yeah.
and he can't stop.
Can't
And
stop.
that's what the whole movie is. It just has him in it. Because Walt Disney left something before he passed, saying, "Make sure Kurt Russell has this movie with like red shoes."
That was his last words. Kurt Russell.
No, he only wrote the words Kurt Russell for like a project or something. He didn't write. we were just making like a little skit or something. But
Hmm.
so back to Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone.
I love this movie. It's great. I I love
What?
it. I love Merlin.
What's the Walt's name? I
Um,
mean, Arthur.
there's the boys.
Watch it,
Arthur is his
Walt.
name.
Ken, Kay.
Okay.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about Arthur, the blonde hair boy.
His name is Arthur. His nickname was Wart.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was
I was
saying.
like,
I was like,
oh,
Walt.
sorry,
I was doing an accent. Walt.
sorry. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh, yeah. So he's basically like this. In the beginning, he's like just helping around the castle and stuff, and he wants to be a knight, I think.
Yeah. I'm a
And
squire. I'm gonna be a knight one day.
Merlin basically is teaching him stuff. So one day until the day he becomes a knight, and I love that part near the end where Merlin's just like, "Take me to Bermuda," because I feel like that
Take
sometimes I'm
me
just like,
to
I want to leave,
Bermuda. Launches like a rocket to Bermuda.
and then he comes back in like a Hawaiian shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But yeah, it's a fun film. Like I said, one of my favorite part has to be the Madam Mim part where she's singing,
Mm-hmm.
and I think another part I liked was the part where it was like with the dishes all like just dancing around.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of, like Fantasia a little bit with like the mops.
Hockety pockety. When he's packing his
Um,
bag. Hockety pockety whackety whack.
so yeah, so basically the early '60s, early mid '60s, Sword in the Stone, then Mary Poppins came out. That was a live action. Um, and then unfortunately, December '66, Disney passes, and his
Mm-hmm.
last project he was working on was The Jungle Book. Uh, it, it kind of was in, I think it was actually kind of in like a limbo, because I think work started on it after I think Mary Poppins wrapped up in '64. Like they had like designs and stuff ready. Um, in '66, Walt dies. There's a rumor, and it's a popular rumor. It's not really a rumor, but like I think it wasn't from Disney himself. Actually, I think it what but yeah. Basically he wanted the Beatles to be the Vultures. The
Yep.
Vultures were designed, if you look at, there's like character designs of them on like Google and stuff like that. You can just like Google it up. Some of
What
the
do you
early
want to do?
designs, they
I don't
are
know.
like
What do you want to
tops and
do?
mop top hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened was, this was, I think, the rumor part. Apparently I think some Disney people went to London, to Abbey Road,
Yep.
and asked if the Beatles wanted to, because mind you, they're working on the Sergeant Pepper, which is like the biggest album, one of the biggest albums of the 1960s and of all time. And they go up to them and they're just like, "Would you like to be in the Jungle Book? It's a Walt Disney film. Like you'll voice these vultures." And they said no.
Yeah, because they're busy.
Um, There was also a report where John Lennon said Disney would be better off asking Elvis Presley.
Sheet.
I can just imagine like Disney would be better off asking Elvis Presley. We got an album to do.
Mm-hmm. That's just a
I wonder
rumor.
what song they like came in to ask them that. It was probably when I'm 64. And Paul's like, "Damn it, we have to do another take."
When I get older and losing my hair.
But yeah, they still kept the the Beatles designs. Like they had, one of them was like a mop top hair,
Yep.
and the vultures voices in the movie do have that like mock like Liverpudlian accent. It's like, "What do you want to do? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
What
What
do
do
you
you want
want
to
to do?"
do?
And you can tell that they were basically supposed to mock the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of that in the mid '60s. There's a lot of shows that like had like little gags about the Beatles
Yeah, and don't forget that Blue
because they're
was.
like the biggest band at that time.
Yeah, and Blue was a big influence on the furry culture at that time,
So yeah,
or at least the younger generations that watch reruns of the Jungle Book.
he was also in Tailspin.
Yep, he got. Tailspin almost feels like a reimagining of Jungle Book, just minus the humans,
Yeah. Um.
because it still had King Louie. The only character they
Oh
kept
yeah.
out, the only character they kept out of Tailspin was like Bagheera. He wasn't in it, but
Oh wow.
they kept Shere Khan as like the mayor. And and Khan,
Yes.
Ka wasn't in there either.
They did have a lot of voice actors that were big in this film as well. I think Shere Khan was, well, I forgot his voice actor. King Louis's voice actor was big too.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Shere Khan.
This is the 1967 one we're talking about.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it would have been funny if John said something like, "Better off asking the monkeys."
um, actor.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine like the monkeys in the Jungle Book? That would have been so funny.
Um, George Sanders.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. It was George Sanders.
Why do I feel like I recognize that name?
Let me check his IMDb. Maybe you'll recognize it. Most notably, obviously, Jungle Book. He died in the 70s.
Oh, I know what I was thinking about.
He was Mr. Freeze in Batman, the TV series. Huh.
I think I got him mixed up because I was thinking of the Tailspin. There's I think he had a different voice actor in Tailspin. I think the voice actor of him in Tailspin was the same as Frollo in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
You're thinking of Tony J.
Yeah, Tony J. Did Tony J voice Shere Khan in Tailspin?
I'm about to find out. Looking at my notes.
Because I know that he did a lot of villain voices in the 90s. He has that like deep, like British accent.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. He was in Aladdin, the animated series. Here, let me just type it in. I'll find out. No, the animated series, not the movie.
While you're doing that, I'll probably talk about some of my favorite parts. I like this movie. The animation is good. It's good, but it's when it's one of the last Disney films where like the how did you find it?
Well, Don Carnage was voiced by Jim Cummings. Fun fact. Yes, Tony J did voice Shere Khan in the 14 episodes he was in.
Sorry.
You okay?
He also voiced the guy, the asylum guy in Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
And he also voiced his famous Disney role was Judge Claude Frollo in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yep.
This is an unholy demon. I'm sending it back to hell. But I sound like Alan Rickman.
That's still
I was like, that's too Alan Rickman.
Anyways, continuing. We're getting off topic.
Yeah. We got way off topic for a little bit. We're sorry. Our attention spans are like really terrible. We're sorry.
We have ADD and ADHD, so forgive us, please.
Yeah, I love the songs. The songs are fun. It's like this groovy little like 60s movie.
Yeah.
It's very 60s.
It is very 60s.
It's very it has this it's based off of Rudyard Kipling's, I think it's called it's called The Jungle Book.
It's just called The Jungle Book, yeah.
He had other stories. I think it was called like Mowgli's Adventures.
Yeah.
And he was a very prominent author because The Jungle Book was released in like the 1890s, and that was when he was born and raised in British occupied India. and he elements from the Jungle Book were I forgot where it was basically from these collections of stories, these ancient Indian stories that were basically from like Hinduism,
Yee.
um and some of the from the original one, he had elements from those stories that he put into the Jungle Book. Um, but yeah, it's a very like I said, the songs are nice and fun. Like I said, it's very 60s, most prominently like the vultures resembling the Beatles
Yee.
and having those like silly British accents. I
Yee.
mean, that was one of my favorite parts. Is they're just up there and just like, what do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
And it's just like you can tell that their voices resemble the Beatles. But fun fact, uh, like a long time ago when the Jungle Book live action, they were gonna bring the. I think I told you this. They were gonna bring the vultures back and have Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr voice them, but um. Originally, they wanted to do the whole band, and of course, John and George were long gone since then. So they just scrapped the idea and left the vultures out.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad because they had to have gotten like two other people and like that would have been, I don't know, it just
It
wouldn't be
probably
the
wouldn't.
same if,
It wouldn't be the same. Not with George and John gone.
and also only doing two vultures would kind of like not be like the original, but it still would have been fun to have them like voice like two vultures.
Yeah, I would. I mean, they could have gotten away with just two vultures, and Paul and Ringo would have been great.
Yeah, but I feel like I think it was best because like yeah the first time they all said no
Yeah.
because they were busy doing that stuff, and I feel like it they wouldn't want to have to do it because like they originally said no, and so they would probably say no again because
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I made that joke earlier when you were looking
Mhm.
that up. I was like, it would have been funnier if John was like, they should have asked the monkeys.
They should ask the monkeys. Okay. Next movie, or
So
is that it?
that's the end of the Silver Age from
Yeah.
Cinderella to the Jungle Book, 1950 to 1957. Next episode will be coming out Wednesday, tomorrow, which will be about the Bronze Age. I think Robin Hood to I'm gonna have to say rescuers.
The original first
No,
one.
I think I'm gonna have to look in my notes because I think rescuers was like the beginning of like the so-called Dark Age near like the late 70s, mid late 1980s for Oliver and Company.
Yeah. Anyways,
But yeah, we will um shout out, give us feedback.
yes, feedback. Let us know how our voices sound. See if it needs adjustment.
Don't hold back.
Don't hold back. We're still new at this, so we're still growing.
I might try, Matt won't.
Well, there's a reason why you're called the Sad Wolf. Um. Anyways, so yes, if you like our content, please subscribe. Throw in suggestions. Um, if you know us personally, DM us or just get in contact with us. Um, I want to try and leave some information down in the description below so you'll understand, so you have a way to access us. So if you do view the content, you want some questions answered, or you have some questions, let us know. We'll get back with you in another episode. If you have suggestions for episodes, leave them in the comments. We'll try and do what we can. But this has been Matt Nightwolf,
And this has been Sad Wolf,
and this has been Mizu and Midori.
Mizu Midori podcast.
Still my words.
I thought we were gonna do it both at the same time.
Okay.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Mizu, Mitsu,
Midori podcast.
Mizu,
All right,
Okay,
three,
3, 2,
two,
1.
one.
Mizu,
The Mizu
Midori.
Missouri, Missouri,
We can't do it. All right, ready?
Mizu Missouri podcast. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.